Hi everyone, welcome to Trigonometry. Today we explore lesson 14, Law of Cosine and Applications. Number 1, Law of Cosine. In triangle ABC, we have a squared equal b squared plus c squared minus 2bc cosine A. B squared is a squared plus c squared minus 2ac cosine B, and c squared is a squared plus b squared minus 2ab cosine C. To prove one of the law of cosine, let's take a look at the triangle on the right side. In the middle of the x, y coordinate, what we are interested in is the triangle. This one. The right triangle in which the angle is pi minus a. We can figure out the opposite and the adjacent side because we know sine of pi minus a is opposite divided by hypotenuse. So that means the opposite is hypotenuse multiplied to sine pi minus a. So we have a b sine of pi minus a, and we used property of triangle. Well, sine of pi minus a is exactly sine of a. The adjacent side is going to be b cosine of pi minus a. Using property of triangle, we have a b cosine of pi minus a is negative cosine of a, which is minus b cosine a. And now we got to take a look at the bigger right triangle. In the bigger right triangle, this is the right triangle, so we can use the Pythagorean theorem. We see that a square is b sine a square plus minus b cosine a plus c square. So a square is equal to b square sine a square plus, okay, that was the b square cosine a square minus 2bc cosine a plus c square. Oh, from here we can factor out the b square, and we have a sine square plus cosine square minus 2bc cosine a plus c square. Well, sine square plus cosine square is 1 Pythagorean theorem. A square is b square times 1. I'm going to move the c square right here. Minus 2bc cosine a. And that is it. We have a square is b square plus c square minus 2bc cosine a. This proves the law of cosine. From here, we can solve for the angle A. So what we have is 2bc cosine A is b square plus c square minus a square. And so cosine A is b square plus c square minus a square over 2bc. Thus, the angle A is the arc cosine of b square plus c square minus a squared over 2bc. This is a very useful formula to quickly give us the value of an angle when the three sides are given. Put a note here. Useful for SSS case. Let's take a look at some example. Two application in measurement. Example, to find the length of a lake, a student starts at one end of the lake and walks 100 meters in a straight path. The student then turns and walks straight to the other end of the lake for another 200 meters. The angle between the two paths is measured to be 100 degrees. Approximate the length of the lake to the nearest meter. Okay. Student begin from here, one end of the lake, walk up 100 meters, and then walk another 200 meters to the other end. So this is a lake right here. We want to figure out the length of the lake D. Well, we can do that because we have an angle right here, 100 degrees. And whenever we have an angle between two sides, then we can use the law of cosine. Law of cosine tells us that d squared is a squared plus b squared minus 2ab cosine of the angle D. D squared is 100 squared plus 2, 100 squared minus 2 times 100 times 2, 100 cosine of 100 degrees. And thus, to find D, you just have to do the square root of both sides. Put this in the calculator, and D is approximately 239 meters. Pretty cool. Here comes another application. Application in navigation. Sea navigation, to be exact. In the sea, this is how we define the bearing, sea bearing. XY, in an XY plane, the right side is east, up is north, down is south, and to the left is west. If we are going in this direction, and this is the angle theta, then the bearing is north theta is. And if we travel in this direction here, this would be the angle theta. So the bearing is south theta west. The angle theta is always calculated from either north or south, meaning that we have 4 possible bearing. North angle is north angle west, south angle is south angle west. Okay, ready? Here come a good application. Example. The island of Maui is 116 miles from the island of Oahu. Assume they lie on a horizontal line. A ship captain stopped from Maui and traveled to Oahu. When the ship is 160 miles from Maui, the captain realized that it is of course 50 miles southeast from Oahu. Find the angle the captain needs to turn to head straight to Oahu and the bearing the captain needs to follow. Got to do two things here: the turning angle and the bearing. First thing is, let's sketch it out. Right. We have right here Maui. It's a big island, but not bigger than Oahu. And if you've been to Hawaii, highly recommend you to go to both of them. Distance between them is 116 miles. Here come the ship captain go. Oh man, 160 miles, and it's nowhere. So I mean, the ship is heading in this direction right here. Well, the distance between the ship and Oahu is 50 miles. This is what we know here. So we need to turn the ship around. This is the angle that we need to turn. Turn the ship at this angle. Let's say angle beta here. Turn it this angle, and then ask for the bearing. You got to create the XY plane right where the ship is. And this would be the angle theta that the captain need to turn. So it's going to be a north west, right? So it's going to be north theta west. To find the angle the captain need to turn, we got to find beta. Unfortunately, beta is not in the triangle, so we can create an angle alpha to be inside the triangle so that beta and alpha, they form a straight line. Once we get the angle alpha, we can figure out beta because the sum of them is 180 degrees. Now, this is a triangle and three sides are given. So we can use law of cosine. Alpha is or cosine of 50 square plus 160 square minus the opposite length of the angle alpha. That is 116 square over 2 times 50 times 160. And this gives us 23.76 degrees. We know alpha plus beta is the straight line, so it's 180 degrees, meaning that the angle beta is 180 degrees minus alpha, which is 180 degrees minus 23.76 degrees. That gives us 156.24 degrees. Yay! This is the angle the captain needs to turn. Next, we find the bearing captain needs to follow. For the bearing, that is the angle theta. To do this, let's extend this line right here, the horizontal line. So we get a right triangle right here. Okay. Notice that the angle right here is, well, 90 degree minus theta. And this angle right here is, we don't know what it is. We can call it C. C plus 90 degree minus theta would equal to 180 because that's the straight line. So we got to figure out the angle C. C is same thing here. Use log cosine. So that'd be a arc cosine of 50 square plus 110 square minus 160 over 2 times 50 times 116. So this would give us 146.24 degree. And we know that the angle C plus 90 degree minus the angle theta is 180 degree. So that means theta is C plus 90 degree minus 180 degree. 146.24 degree plus 90 degree minus 180 degree. And so the angle theta is 56.24 degree. And hence the bearing is north 56.24 degree west. Thank you for watching. I hope you find the content useful. Please like, subscribe, help the channel growth. I will see you in the next video.